Hey everybody. Today is an interesting day because I'm taking my niece Kaylee
Hi.
to a second opinion for Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome. EDS is a funny thing because a lot of people have elements of it, but when you tie all of the problems together, it's noticeable. So what we've got is, rather than the last time she went, what happened was he said, oh, well, you're a bit hypermobile, and didn't take into account any of the other symptoms and indicators. So this time we have filled a form in. So we are going to make him go through the form and give us a reason that the Ehlers-Danlos, which runs in my side of the family, is not diagnosable. So, Kaylee, how does it show with you?
So for me, my biggest one is my knees are constantly feeling like they want to pop out of place, or once they have, but I never actually went to anybody to get that checked. I just waited for it to go back in. My elbows, I can't even lift an empty shopping basket. My hands, my thumbs will dislocate. But yet when I went to physio, my knees are actually my strongest joint, which makes no sense whatsoever.
Unless you've got EDS, then it does make sense, because you can be perfectly strong in one direction, but catch it wrong where the connective tissue isn't actually holding it where it should. You have a dislocated knee, shoulder, neck even, which is quite a worry. Luckily that doesn't happen too often. So we're going to go, because, and this is another thing, people say, oh, is it because you want the benefits? No, it's nothing to do with anything regarding that. It's because if you're in a clinical situation and you're at hospital and they say, oh no, that can't happen. You say, well, I've got Ehlers-Danlos, quick tappy tap on the phone and show them how it's an integral part of Ehlers-Danlos, then you get treated seriously. But otherwise, you end up in hospital with 3 of your ribs that have dislocated, and they say, oh, you can't dislocate your ribs. Guess what you can do? You can slip the cartilage, which is a dislocation, and it's very, very painful. And the knock-on effects, like, we don't heal properly. So when we are stitched post-trauma, it's got a very high likelihood of just ripping straight through the skin. Mine has on many occasions, and you have to tell them, we must glue this, because if you stitch it, it will tear, and that's painful. Because all of these things come at a cost. You don't just dislocate well, in my case, my shoulders come out all the time. So every time it hurts. Every single time. It doesn't get easier. I picked up 2 shopping bags. I was picking them up to put them in the car and didn't think about it and didn't tense correctly. And instead of lifting the shopping bags, my shoulders came out of joint. And I was running around the car park of a supermarket, squealing with my arms flapping around like some kind of deranged muppet. So it's little things like that that really matter. So I will keep you all informed, but if you have a chronic disease and you don't feel you're being taken seriously, make them take you seriously. Don't accept no. If you feel you need a second opinion, get a second opinion. If you have to pay for a private consultation, sometimes it's worth paying for that private consultation, because there's a lot of things that come with this. You have an increased risk of ADHD. I know that's the thing of the moment. But people who live with real ADHD, that live with true consequences, career's ruined, marriage is ruined, inability to hold a relationship down. Really feel it. And unless you get a diagnosis to help support you, you will still be waiting 4 years for that diagnosis, and you need it now. Again, it's not for the benefits, it's for the support. So you can say, I'm really sorry, this is how I react, and this is why. And you can show people. And you know what? If you show people and they know you, then they'll understand. Right, I'm going now. Enough boring you. We'll see you in 3 weeks' time when we will have been, and I'll let you know how successful the checklist was. See you soon.